Mystic Village. Hold on, Mystic Village. Trying to get ready. I'm getting ready. How is Mystic Village? It's been a while. It's only been 3 days. 3 long days without my Mystic Villagers. Bummer. Hold on, eyes are coming. Eyes are coming. I'm coming. Had to get my tasty drink. Hi, everybody. Who's in the house? Water Ski's here. Hello, Daisy Lady. Hi. Hello, hello. Mystic Village. What's happening? It's only Tuesday. Who would have thought, right? I just want to come on and say hi. And I have a couple of announcements as well. I know I'm so happy you're here. After 2 months and 2 weeks, YouTube finally monetized my channel, which was exciting. And that was one. I was like, really? And then I have created, and I really didn't know if I wanted to do it because I just don't really know how. Well, I do know how, but I've joined other communities like this. Yes. And thank you. And so I created a Patreon for Diary of a Mystic, and it is for exclusive content videos and other amenities that I'm not going to feature here. So I did do that earlier this evening, and I can put all the information in. So that's something that's going to begin in April. So I wanted to announce that. The tiers, the levels start like at 5 to 25. So it's not a ridiculous amount. I belong to a couple other, I'm a patron to a couple of other people that I really like. And so I thought it would be a really good idea because there's some content that I want to put out that I don't really necessarily want the general public to see, and something that other people can really feel safe watching or feel good about watching without being attacked in the comments. And to make it more exclusive. So I do have that going on, and I'll put that link in the description box. But I wanted to come on and announce that. And hi, Danielle. Welcome to Mystic Village Tuesdays. And I wanted to announce that. So that's what's happening. Also, there's going to be a lot of videos on that Patreon where I'm going to be doing more in-depth exclusive readings. The first one I'm putting on April is surrounding NK, and I'm not doing a tarot reading. I'm using the Lenormand cards. If you're familiar with them, they're a bit different. There's only 36 cards in the deck, and they're more verbal than they are visual. So they're more accurate to me, especially if you're wanting to get real specific. So I've already done the reading for her, surrounding her, and 36 cards. So I'm really excited to put that up on Patreon, which I'll be doing. It'll be released in the next, 5 days. So different types of videos like that. So that's what's happening. Hey, Belly Girl. So anyway, I did disable, or no, I did enable comments on one of my videos surrounding CW predictions that I did back in January. Or no, it wasn't that one. It was the demonic possession video. I did enable comments again. So I kind of look forward to tomorrow morning when I start reading all these crazy comments again. Yes, let me find my link. Hold on. Here is my link to the Patreon and then a little description underneath of it. So I started the tiers out. There's different levels. I think the first level is, here it comes. Or maybe I put in too many words. Um, I reached my access. Anyway, here it comes. The tiers, I started off at $5 for the Mystic Villager, which was funny. Creating my own tier names, which was hilarious. Anyway, so the first tier is $5 a month. That's the Mystical Villager, which is all of you. That's one exclusive video per month. I may also add something else to that. The cats are fighting. I may also add something else to that as well, but that's one exclusive true crime psychic reading. Then I have another level which is the spirit level, which is two exclusive videos not shown on YouTube. So these are not going to be here on this channel. Along with that, there's also a general energy reading, monthly reading that I'm putting out, which is like your general energy reading for the month. So that applies to everybody. So if you're interested in like a general tarot reading, like the energy for the month, I'm putting that out with the spirit level. So, and I think I had something else. But anyway, then we go to Mystical Diaries, which this is $15 a month. You get 2 exclusive videos. You also get the general group tarot reading, and you also get a podcast of Mystical Diaries of me speaking about experiences that I've had as a clairvoyant medium, tips, psychic insights, psychic tips, reading tips, etc. So that's not why I did a live to promote Patreon. But I wanted you guys to hear it from me first so I can explain it. And then the Village Supreme, kind of like Taco Supreme, is the $25 level a month, which is 2 videos, the group tier reading, and you also get a personal private reading from me each month. So that's $25 a month. So my goal is to reach 50 Patreons. That goal will enable me to also then include mediumship sessions on Patreon in group sessions live. Okay. So it's also going to enable me to put more content out. And I was happy today, the fact that YouTube, you have to reach, now you see the rules were different back in the day when I started. Now you have to reach 1,000 subscribers, but you also have to reach 4,800 hours watched. So I did that in 2.5 months. I did that, which was a miracle. So now that it's become monetized, doesn't mean too much, but it is what it is. And it kind of makes me feel good. Like I got excited because I really work hard on these videos and I'm not like, Steven Spielberg putting together these videos, but I try. So, as a YouTube creator, you kind of get excited about things like that. But the Patreon, I was more inspired with because there's so much I want to put out that I just feel like the general public, for the majority of people, really are not interested in primarily like 90% of my content because they're all coming to watch me for, NK videos, CW videos, Kelsey Barrett, Crystal Jean Lee. I mean, they're all about that. So it's kind of like my outlet. Thanks, Daisy Lady. It's like my outlet to be more expressive for people who are very much interested in learning more about mediumship, psychic work. I'm also going to be doing videos on metaphysical things, spiritual practices that I do, and teaching you as well. So that's the thing. So, and these cats have been quiet all day until I start doing a live, and then they start acting goofy doofy crazy. So that's what's going on. I wanted to come on and talk to you guys, see how everybody's doing, but also to announce that. And thank you to you, the viewers and the subscribers, because you're the ones that have gotten this channel to where it is. And I really, really appreciate everybody who comments and watches and views. Um, I just started this channel kind of like as a creative thing to do. So it kind of surprised me that I haven't, I'm not like Astrodome Diary of Mystic, but I'm kind of like excited and surprised that I've reached all of you in such a short amount of time, and you all did it. So props to you. Props to Mystic Villagers out there. And I want everybody who watches me to understand, and that's why I've had to go back and I've watched or I've looked at the majority of the comments that I get, especially on these especially on these CW videos, NK videos, where the comments get very mean and abusive towards others who are commenting. And so I've had to disable comments a few times, which is not fair to the ones that really want to comment and try to express themselves and leave an opinion. And so I've had to go back and remove certain people. I've had to go back and remove comments. I've had to go back and kind of like be you know, the security guard in the comment sections. And it's unfortunate. So, um, I'm around. So if you all think I miss a comment where somebody was nasty or cussed you out or said this and that, trust me, I'm on it. It takes me a while to get on it, but um the plane, here comes a plane. So I just want you all to feel safe. Whether I'm having a live, whether I'm having a video put out, I want you to feel comfortable and to feel safe and to express yourselves and to watch and to chat with each other and not to feel like you need to stay silent. You don't need to just stay silent. This is a judgment free zone. Everybody's free to be me on these lives, on this channel, and all the rest. I wish you guys could see what's going on if you don't hear the thunder, the cat thunder. The brothers, it's it's crazy. They've been quiet, and all of a sudden I start doing this and they start losing their shit. And they're running around and wrestling each other and just being absolutely nuts. But um so there's a lot of things that are coming out that for the majority of people who are interested in what I do and in what I read about, uh, I don't look at things uh, as a normal person. I don't look at things. I always see symbolisms in things. I see signs in things. I see written between the lines in a lot of things, and I'm always looking at things from like a intuitive or esoteric kind of position, and that's just who I am. And I can't help that. And so a lot of my videos, you're going to see content like that. And it's not a conspiracy theory. It's not, anything like that. This is coming from like a spiritual, uh, intuitive type of manner. So I'm excited. There's a lot of things that I want to bring out to you guys. And I also want to do things when we meet up in Mystic Village meetings to like talk about things that you're interested in, that you have questions about, that you want to discuss, whether it's about true crime cases, whether it's about questions that you have, use me. Okay. So I'm like your talking head. I'm your psychic bobblehead, and I'm here if you want to like ask questions and learn from me. So, and also talk about these cases. And true crime for me really started probably back when I was a kid and that show Unsolved Mysteries would come on, and I would just be fascinated by watching that show. Do you remember that show Unsolved Mysteries? And it was just like it kind of grasped me. And then I guess the earliest memory of anything relatable to me when I was younger, true crime wise, was probably OJ Simpson. But how old was I then? I was 20, I was 21. And I remember vividly sitting in the dorm room at college with my friends, drinking beer and watching the OJ Simpson car chase on TV in live time. And we're all just like sitting there watching a football game because it was the craziest thing we had ever seen on live TV. And since that day, I've just been captured by high profile cases. And there's a lot of cases that go under the radar. And I know a lot of YouTubers here really look into those cases and do such a phenomenal job. I'm not that type of person, okay? I'm not going to be there Google map mapping it out and doing this research. I will read the news. This is what I do. I read the news from different outlets. Okay. Many of these news media outlets get things wrong. I try to narrow it down and I get my facts wrong sometimes. So, I get blamed for that, but that's just what I'm getting from the internet. And I don't need a lot of information. So a psychic or a clairvoyant medium does not want a whole lot of background. So if somebody comes to me for a reading, I don't even ask for their birth date. Most readers will ask for a date of birth, maybe to do numerology, maybe to do astrology. I don't need a birth date. I just need your first name, if your questions, if you have somebody else you want me to read for, just their first name, and that's it. You don't want a ton of background. So when I'm reading about these cases and there's chat rooms and Facebook groups and people are speculating and talking and theorizing, I'm not in those groups. I had somebody tell me about these groups the other day and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm not in any of these groups. I don't watch a lot of these other YouTubers. I kind of stay in my own lane. And hey, Angelina, and thanks for joining. And so you don't want that. You don't need all that information that say somebody who's really doing true crime research in such a fashion that is to deliver the specifics to you. I'm delivering what I'm getting specifically psychically. So it's totally different. So I'm an intuitive medium channel. I'm not a true crime channel. I'm not a gossip channel or, whatever channel. This is just like a intuitive medium channel. And you did, Daisy Lady. Thank you. Daisy Lady's my first Patreon. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you, Daisy Lady. You're my first Patreon then. Yay. You're going to love it. It's going to be good. It's good. Trust me. I get really juicy with things and creative and I just love it. So you're going to love it. Thank you for signing up. I really appreciate that. So, I've only been out in this YouTube land for this channel for only 2.5 months, and I want you guys to better understand who I am, where I'm coming from, okay, and understanding how I'm doing these readings. So it's a process. It's something that we kind of tend to group certain people and certain similarities. Like, oh well, psychics must all be the same, or tarot readers must all be the same, or tennis players must all be the same, or race car drivers are all the same. We're not all the same. We're not all the same. So I read from the way that I just read, and it's just who I am and how it flows, my flow Joe. And so not every reader is the same, but that's the beauty of watching other readers and even watching other true crime fact people that research, because you're getting a little bit more over here, you're getting a little bit more over here, you know what I'm saying? Um so that's the dealio. But thank you so much, Daisy Lady. I really appreciate it. You're my first one, Daisy Lady. I'm gonna write a song about it. First one, Daisy Lady. No name. Are you able to find Carly? Is it Carly Guys who's missing in California? I wish I had gifts to help people find. Well, if you have any cases you would like me to check out, I always say email me and I'll give you my email. If you have a link to a news report or something about it, send it to me. I will look into the case, but does not necessarily mean I'm going to read for the case. But I always welcome you to forward me information. Okay, so if you want to go around that way. Um, Angelina, so you're an empath, awesome. So energy healer, thank you. I'm healing your energies. Where's my Palo Santo? Yeah, no name. Yeah, feel free to email me and I'll answer you. So, um, we don't have no Palo Santo. You want me to Palo Santo it out? Hold up. You cats knocked over my candle. Oh, I always Palo Santo it out when I'm on with you. And I don't know where I did. I'll do it. I don't know what I did with it. Brown. We're gonna Palo Santo it out, shall we? Let's pick a big piece. Here's a good one. This is new. It's fresh. See? You ever seen this? Palo Santo. It smells like it smells like citrus, flowery wood. It's so delicious and yummy, and you can burn it. And Palo Santo is more for like smoothing vibes and removing negativity and cleansing. If you don't like the smell of sage or white sage, get some Palo Santo. Okay, I sell it in my shop, but I just love it. And so it's a wood, and it's from a tree in South America, holy wood. So it won't continuously burn. It'll go out, but it lasts a long time. So let me get this started. Let me get this started. You have lupus, and I likely am because I could feel everything around me. Oh wow. I'm sorry to hear you have lupus. I knew someone a long time ago. I don't see her anymore, but she also had lupus. Um, no, this is the Palo Santo. It's a wood. Here, I'll spell it. I'll spell it for you. Palo Santo. You can Google it. I sell it in my shop, in my business, but I get these really good big chunks from a local store here. Let me find a candle. And I like to Palo Santo it out. Mystic Village. when we're on together. Got my candle. I got wax all over my hands. So yeah, Palo Santo is translation means holy wood. A lot of shamans use this. It's used in spiritual cleansing, smudging, ceremonies, cleansings of objects, cleansings of your home. Okay, so it burns, but you want to, when you light it, you kind of tilt it down. I'm not going to catch myself on fire. You tilt it down and then you blow it out and this it smokes. So it doesn't keep lit because it's a wood, not like sage wood or sage wood, not wood, but WOULD. So I love it. I've been using it for a few years now, and it's just really helped me. I use it in my readings before I do a reading, after I do a reading. I use it around the home. I use it around objects. I use it around when I make my oils. I use it around my candles. And so it's just a really, it has a really pleasant scent. So check it out if you've never tried it. I love it. You do saging as well. Cool. Yeah. So Palo Santo, you can find it anywhere. You can find it on eBay. You can find it in a lot of online shops. You can find it. I sell it in my shop, but I get this locally from someone who orders it. But these are big sticks. Big sticks. These are big. Normally, you will see them much thinner, like half the size of this. But I get really big sticks. I like the big sticks for some reason. That's me. So, but yeah, so if you guys have any questions about things, um, ask me. And also any type of spiritual questions, what I do, magical questions, spiritual protection questions, ask me, because Diary of a Mystic is it's like my second love. So the other channel that I have is primarily doing general tarot readings, which is Nightbird Tarot, and that's my business name. So I'm known as Nightbird, okay, professionally. So Diary of a Mystic came about 4 years after my Nightbird channel, but Nightbird's my business name, what I do professionally for clients. So, and if I never started this channel, I probably never would have met you guys, which I don't know, sometimes you kind of feel like you need to do something different. And I really felt like I had to do something different. And I just felt like I wasn't reaching the people that I wanted to reach because I had more to say. And if I'd never did that, I never would have met you guys. Do you know what I'm saying? So I felt called. I really felt called by spirit to create this channel. And I had been thinking about doing it probably 6 months before I did. And I never, expected response, honest to God. I was just like, because I got swallowed up over in the YouTube tarot community, swallowed alive. And I really never thought I would get a response. But I think sometimes you just have to go with your gut instinct, right? So hold on. There's a cat that's in distress. Let me let the cat out. You guys think of questions if you have anything to ask. Come on. Come out. Come on. Come on. No, no, no. I don't want to chase you, kitty. All right, you go out. Go out. You come in. Oh my God, I'm a crazy cat lady. It's official. It's official. I'm a crazy cat lady. Oh my god. What? When did this happen? It happened. Oh no. Anyway, isn't that terrible? So what else is happening? I know. Is your grown daughter a crazy cat lady? It creeps up on you. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Can you tell if someone is a narcissist? I was married to a Chris Watts for 20 years. Could have been like SW. Scary. Well, narcissists have different descriptions. So you have your covert, which is kind of under the rug narcissist. You have your overt narcissist. There's malignant narcissist. Like there's different types of narcissism. YouTube has some really great creators who are experts in narcissism. I've watched a lot of their videos. Check them out. But how can you tell? Normally, you don't really tell the minute you meet them. Typically, a narcissist can be someone who is, well, this is typically, or I guess stereotypically, dependent upon, I guess, the vein upon which they fall. They're very charming, very charismatic, typically, very outgoing, very social, but they're wearing a mask. So, narcissism comes from, I think it's the Greek word narcissus, which is actually a daffodil is a narcissist. Okay, so that is, but it's about the mask. So they wear a mask in public, and when they are not around other people, they take that mask off only for you. So along the way, you will realize you're experiencing narcissistic abuse, which is not like physical abuse where you're punched or hit or slapped and then you know you're being abused. This is more like a creeping on you and it's gradual. So, a narcissist or narcissistic abuse comes in many forms. It can be, um, there's many things attached to it. So, check out these YouTubers because they're the experts. But yeah, I've dealt with narcissism. Narcissistics myself. Who hasn't? Who has not? Well, I'm glad that hopefully you got away from that. She lives in New York City in a tiny apartment with 3 cats. I love it. So he's covert, yes. So when you were having issues with him, did you feel like when you were trying to explain this to other people that they didn't understand it because they never saw that side of him, only you, and you were kind of like, I'm the crazy one? Yeah, been there, done that, sweetheart. Cat, cat, cat emoji. Zoe on live, abuse free. Yeah, there's a lot of good YouTubers that put out narcissism videos, content, how to recognize one, how to deal with one. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. The thing about narcissistic people is they want attention. And so that theory of going gray rock or responding with no response or just not being responsive to what they're doing to you, I've used that technique and it's worked. And it is awful. It is awful. I'm glad you got out of that. There's the covert's probably the scariest kind because they don't show that side to everybody else. And when you're going through it, I mean, I don't know if you did, but you feel like you're the one that has the problem or you're crazy or what did I do wrong kind of feeling, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's a good thing you got out of it. You can't argue with the narcissist. You can't do too much. You just have to leave. You have to get out of it, or you're going to go absolutely insane. You'll go insane. You will. I'm all stuffed up. How do you feel about the drama? There's drama in the YouTube crime community. Do you think it's real or manufactured for views? Well, I'm you. I'm new. I cannot speak. I'm new to the true crime element on YouTube, especially doing psychic readings about true crime cases. So I really didn't know who a lot of these people were. Maybe a couple. Um, and so I had no idea what the hell was going on, but I noticed it, and I don't even know who these people were, but I noticed it when I was watching live chats. I'm like, what's happening? And so, you just type in a name or research it, and you're like, what's going on? I think it's kind of it's unnecessary. I think it hurts the viewer and the subscribers, because people really either A, they want to watch that, or there's B, who don't want to watch it. So, whichever category you fall into, which is it? Some people thrive on that stuff. They thrive on this drama. Um, I just stay in my own lane. I really do. I think it's real. I think it's real. YouTube can be very susceptible to ego and jealousy. And I experienced that on my other channel. People collabing, people using each other to get up further. Yeah, it's real. I mean, it is competition. So that's a good question, though. But you know what? It brings people to watch. So if it's used for viewership, yeah. But other YouTubers making rant videos about other YouTubers, I think is a real waste of time. And you must have a hell of a lot of time on your hands to be doing that. I don't even care if it's for 3 minutes. I don't even care if it's for 30 seconds. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of like you have nothing else to do but hate on other people. Can't you deal with it privately? You know, the guys are fighting. Which guys are fighting? Angelina, I missed your comment. You had the divorce in the Supreme Court. Oh my goodness. You're in the B category. It's exhausting to watch. So, right. So it kind of makes the viewer feel like, okay, are we going to talk about anything interesting? Or are we just going to, you know, have this cat fight? And it just becomes like a train wreck. But the bigger you get or the more exposure you get, the more you're going to get that. I don't like to collab. You will never see me collab with anybody. I'm not going to be on anybody else's channel. They're not going to come on my channel. Um, there's one person that if I had to collab with anybody, I know who that would be. I'm not into collabing. I don't want to be interviewed by anybody. I'm staying in my own lane because I don't want to even entertain the thought of possibly going down that road. And people are quick to drama. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody acts like that. I don't believe they do. I think it's a certain few. And I think you know who I'm speaking about. And, if you're a middle aged woman, why are you doing this on YouTube? If you're going to do rants and raves in YouTube craziness, and it's mostly coming from middle-aged women. I'm a middle-aged woman. I'm 46. I've been 46 now for officially almost a month, and I think it's kind of sad because if you're a middle-aged woman acting as if you're having a freaking 10th grade meltdown with another YouTuber who's also middle-aged, you're either A, not having sex at home, B, your life sucks, you're unhappy in your job or whatever you're doing, or C, you're just that type of toxic person. So it's like, you have nothing else going on. That's just how I feel about it. There are a few that I stay away from. Now, if you want to know who my favorites are, and you may not agree, I have 3 or 4 top favorites right now. Many people don't like her, but I love her because she cracks me up. I love Molly Golightly. She cracks the shit out of me. I watch her, I laugh. She's just like, I love her. I love her. I would love to have her as my life coach. Honest to God, I just think she's like, if that's not motivation, right? Uh, I love Onik. He's one of my favorites. I really like him. My third favorite is Gray Hughes. I think he's really smart. He would probably hate my channel, but I think he's smart. He's good at what he does. My fourth favorite is Armchair Detective. Those are my 4 top 4s, and that's the truth. The other ones I don't pay any attention to. There's a lot of other ones that I've watched and entertained for a hot minute, but then I was like, I don't know. And so that's just the truth. So those are my top 4. I don't have a top 5, but that's the top 4. I don't know. I'm missing your comments. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So Gray Hughes and Dad with the Phone are fighting now. I like Dad with the Phone. I do, but I'm not going to put him in my top 4 or 5. I like him, but not as much as I like Oni. See, that's ridiculous. That's too bad. That is too bad. I hope they work it out. That's too bad. They shouldn't be doing that. That happens. It does. It happened with me, not publicly, but it happens. You know, if you're in the same field or if there's competition or if you say this or you say that or somebody thinks that, oh, you stole my content or you did that, you know, whatever it is, you'd be amazed. You would be amazed. If you're a creator and you're have your own channel, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, "Really?" But that's what it is. I look younger. Oh, stop. I do not. Herbie Herb. Who is Herbie Herb? She is funny. Daisy Lady MGL is funny. She's funny. She just is. She lets it all out. She's herself. Last night, she had me rolling, she was oinking, and I was just like, "Oh my." She kept oinking, and the funniest part was people kept sending her money so she would oink. It was, like, freaking funny. I would love to talk to her. I'd like to read for her. She's super freaking funny. That woman has a story. I know she does. Armchair is very smart. Is that who you're meaning? Or Gray Hughes is very smart too. Tori, no. I don't know who Tori is. Yeah, Oni's laugh is life. Oh my God. Herbie Herb reports on all the drama and the crime. Oh, really? See, I've never heard of Herbie Herb. Herbie Herb? Who the heck? I've never heard. So, isn't that funny? There's a drama channel for true crime community, just like there's drama channels for the beauty community. Isn't that funny? Tori Hartman. No, who's Tori Hartman? See, I don't know a lot of these people. I don't. I've only been on here for a couple of months, and I really don't know a lot of these other YouTubers or have watched them. Is interesting to listen to. Yeah, Herb. Is it Herb? Yeah, I've never heard of Herb either. Um, well, why was the Gray Hughes? Why is Dad with the Phone with Gray Hughes drama happening? Does anybody know? I mean, it doesn't take long for you guys to figure what the hell's going on. It, you know, um, I didn't hear about that one. That's too bad. Ooh, maybe I should do readings on different YouTubers and their quarrels and the drama. No, I couldn't see that. That'd be kind of fun though. I'm not doing that. I, well, the thing is, I mean, what's the drama about? I don't understand. What is the drama? I don't understand what the big deal is. What is going on? I remember Gray posted something about getting some weird phone call a couple of days ago and somebody disguised their voice. I remember that. Does anybody know what that? Do you remember that? That was like 2 days ago. Try to stay away because it's negative, girl. Right. Someone threatened him, but they disguised their voice and it sounded like a woman. There's some weird people out there. There really is. I mean, you just don't know who's watching, who's watching. And now people are blaming Mommy Rambling's daughter. Well, who the heck's Mommy Ramblings? See, I don't know who anybody is. I don't know these people. Facepalm, exactly. That's me right now. Like that, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. That is some crazy stuff. Well, Mercury retrograde goes direct in 2 days, and this Mercury retrograde in Pisces was kind of fucked up. I mean, it's just like it it stirred up a lot of shit for people. It took down Instagram and Facebook in one day. Mercury retrograde is when the planet Mercury's the planet of communication. It's going in reverse. And it was going in reverse for 3 weeks. And there's a few Mercury retrogrades a year. There's other types of retrogrades with other planets. But Mercury retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and I'm a Pisces, was like, you know, freaking apocalyptic kind of like communication breakdown. So it stirred up drama, it stirred up arguments, it stirred up communication can go haywire with people. So you really don't want to. They say to, and I'm not an astrologer, but they say for you to withhold from arguing with others during a Mercury retrograde because it may continue or last longer or bite you in the ass on down the road. And I'm a testimony to that because that happened to me once and I'm still dealing with that a year later. Don't start no shit during a Mercury retrograde with nobody. Nobody. Your Pisces rising? Cool. Yeah, so Mercury retrograde has a shadow period. So 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. So even though it's going direct in 2 days, there's still this shadow period of 2 weeks. So the good thing is Venus, the planet Venus, which is about love and romance and relationships, Venus is now in the sign, I think it's in the sign of Pisces. Is it? Or did I read that wrong? But anyway, that's until April 20th. So that's a really, really, really good thing for relationships and love and new beginnings. And you missed a few minutes. Oh, we're just talking about Mercury retrogrades, drama, YouTube drama, and whatever I'm babbling about. I don't know. Just babbling. I was babble. Well, so yeah. So, you know, I just don't know what to make of it. I mean, there's drama in so many different parts of YouTube. It's nothing new. I just don't understand why. Hey, Nikki, Lynn. I love that name. Just entered. Love listening. Well, thank you. Welcome to Mystic Village. My mods aren't on. Riri's normally here and Diana. Well, hello, hello, Sailor Earth. Nice. Making dinner. What are we having? Sunflower emoji. That's cool. Nice. I love to listen to YouTubers or videos or podcasts when I cook. So that's cool. What at religious people? Say what? So explain that one, Angelina. My in-law was a Bible thumper. You know, Thumper was the bunny on was it Bambi? Was it a Bible bunny or like you mean Bible? I know what you mean. What about religious people? Oh, you're asking me that? What about religious people? What do you mean specifically? What about a religious people? Vegan mac and cheese. That sounds good. I made mac and cheese tonight, but it wasn't vegan. That's weird. You said mac and cheese. I make homemade mac and cheese with macaroni noodles. Um, Take it off the stove, pour in a little bit of milk, put in shredded cheese, and I put in Velveeta and butter. And nobody ate it. I didn't even have any. But your vegan mac sounds good. Meaning they push Christianity on everyone. Well, do you want my perspective from not being a Christian, or do you want my perspective from being someone who does things that are pretty much considered black magic or evil in Christianity? Because what I do is an abomination to God. I've trust me, I've been called everything in the book about what I do as a reader and a medium and blah blah blah. So I grew up in a Methodist church. I was baptized Methodist. My I really didn't have religion pushed on me per se, but I have in my life off and on from not family, but from other people. Leo. Are you a Leo? My best friend's a Leo. I love Leos. You're a Leo too? I love Leo. My best friend's a Leo. My aunt's a Leo. I've known a lot of Leos in my life. I've had a lot of friends who were Leos. Leo and I get along really well. General perspective, because my ex-husband threw away your tarot cards. Girl, go buy yourself a new deck. Go, yeah. The thing about the Bible is, you know, Christians really get heated. There's videos on YouTube about how tarot readers are evil and tarot reading is this and it's the devil's work and psychics or blah blah. There's and people really are serious about it. So there's videos about that on YouTube. I've watched them. And so for me personally, the Bible itself is a sacred text. Okay. There's many things from the Bible that I take from. I have 3 Bibles that I take from and use. The Bible is a magical book. And if you do your research, there's many magical traditions such as hoodoo that use the Bible as a magical spell book. They use the Psalms and spell work. So the Christian, or I won't say Christians because I know some Christians who are really good people, don't shove it down your throat, but um, the ones that are kind of, really cray cray Christian, and sorry if I offended anybody, or the ones that scare me the most because they're not practicing what Jesus talked about. Do you know what I mean? So Google hoodoo. Hoodoo is an African American Southern tradition, magical practice. It's not a religion. And uh, it's kind of akin to folk magic. Okay, so it's very, the origins come from the Congo in Africa during slave times. It was brought over to the southern United States, Appalachia, but they had to cover their work through the use of Catholic saints and using the Bible to practice their work. But, the Bible itself is a magical book. So, and I have three of them, and I use my Bible. I use one Bible in particular. No, hoodoo is not dangerous. Do your research. Hoodoo is not dangerous. Hoodoo is a magical practice. It's a um, practice of folk magic. You honor your ancestors. Hoodoo's changed my life in a lot of ways, and it's folk magic. So, folk magic is not a religion, and hoodoo is not a religion. Voodoo, you may be thinking of voodoo. Voodoo's a religion, but voodoo is not even dangerous. So, a lot of things that we see from movies, TV, if you read about things, you'll discover, oh, so yeah, being a Leo is fun, I bet, right? Anybody else a Leo in chat? I'm a Pisces. We have two Leos. Who else? Any Scorpios in the room? So next month, well, April 1st, I'll be rebooting my Nightbird Tarot channel and doing 12 or doing general readings for all 12 signs. So if you're a Leo, hop on over there, watch your monthly reading for Leo. So I'm rebooting that because I gave 2 months of my life to this channel to get it started. And now I'm going back over there to continue that channel as well as this channel. But if you're interested in stuff like that, then go ahead and watch that channel as well. I don't know what movie is on or what movie was on. So my Patreon, you can join there's different tiers. The first one starts at 5, it goes to 5 to 25. So Patreon is, uh-oh, my keyboard got stuck. Oh, I got wax on it. Oh my God, I got wax in my keyboard. Patreon is $5. You can do 10. I broke my keyboard. I think there's a 50. Yeah, there's 15. Yeah, is there? Yes, and then I did the 25. So, um, so that's a monthly membership. So the $5 tier, you get one video each month for the $5 tier, and that's doing a true crime case that I'm not going to cover on this channel. Okay, so and then the other tiers go up; they get added benefits. So the Mystic Villagers, the 5, and then the Spirit one's 10. Mystical Diaries is 15. Mystic Village Supreme, like the Taco Supreme, like Danielle joined. I just saw that. Is everything, and so my goal is to get 50 Patreons to be able to also do like a gallery reading live on Patreon with certain Patreon members for that. Yeah, right. Mystic Village Supreme. On my other channel. Sorry, Angelina. My keyboard stuck from the wax. Nightbird Tarot. um, Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon, and Pisces Rising. Nice. So Nightbird Tarot is my other channel. My father's a Virgo sun. You're a Capricorn. Nice. I have a Capricorn moon. Nice. Who else is on here? Who wants to say? Any Scorpios? Any Scorpios? Um, did I just disappear? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Gemini. Ooh, I love a Gemini. Prince was a Gemini. Stevie Nicks is a Gemini. Donald Trump's Gemini. Sorry. Maybe you like him. Yeah. Hey, Aries in the house. Sam, I am. Nice. Thank you for subbing. My daughter's an Aries. I love Aries. No, Daisy Lady said. No. I love an Aries. I seem to get along well with fire signs, all of them, all fire signs. And I'm a water sign, but all fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sagittarians. Do we have any of those? They're the best party I've ever been to. I love a Sagittarius. Oh my God. If you get Leo and Sagittarius in the same room, if you're like me, like a Pisces, you can just sit there and just watch the entertainment because it's just, best thing ever. Night of Terror. Yes. I dress up in my wolf costume. I get out my I get out my Dracula cape. Stop it, YouTube. Nightbird. Night of Terror. Here, I'll type it again. Nightbird, like a bird. Like a birdie. Actually, Nightbird comes from a song, a Stevie Nicks song that she did called Nightbird. I'll take that in. That's why I'm named that. Keyboard's full of wax. Nightbird comes from Nightbird song. Song by I have wax in my well, I have a bobby pin right here, so I'll use this. I have wax in my tab. You guys are funny. Angelina. Do you go by Angelina or is it Angie? Trying to get the wax out. It won't damage my computer, will it? I hope not. I just got this. Oh no. Gotta love CV. Cool. You do? Angie or Angelina? Angelina's a pretty name. Oops, a doctor. What? So what other astrological signs are in the house? Who's into house astrologically? We got Leo, Aries, Gemini. We have any Libras? Scorpio. I know there's Scorpio watching. I know there is. And if you comment, maybe I'll comment back. Oh, Angelina. You dated Scorpios in your younger days? Me too. Enough said. That's why I have a daughter. Yeah. Scorpios. My hair looks crazy. Yeah, Scorpios, I don't know. I've only really dealt with Scorpio men, but I have known a couple of Scorpio women. Scorpios kind of freak me out. Bad decision for you. Well, I can't say that because I did get the blessing of my daughter. So, but yeah. Who's a famous Scorpio? I know there's famous Scorpios. Let me Google it. Let's Google famous Scorpios, shall we? There's a few people doing lives. What the heck? Um, yeah, Danielle. Yeah, Scorpios, I don't know. I mean, ugh, I will never date another one. That is for darn sure. And I remember I had crushes on certain people back in my younger days and didn't know they were Scorpios, and I'm kind of glad that we never did date. Hillary Clinton's a Scorpio. Really? Julia Roberts. Oh, I love her. Matthew McConaughey, Jimmy Kimmel, Whoopi Goldberg's a Scorpio. I love Whoopi. Shut up. Leonardo DiCaprio. Ugh, what a tool. Goldie Hawn. Oh my God, I love Goldie Hawn. I love her. September 22nd, 1979. Are you, sounds like you're Virgo. Sun is October 30th. So he's Scorpio. Oh, I'm glad he's sweet. That's good. You've been with a Gemini for 23 years. How's that going? That's pretty good. Hey, Danielle. Good for you, girl. Not easy. Oh, sorry. But we stuck it out and communicate. That's good. They're all narcissists. I love Angelina. They're all narcissists. I love Angelina. They're all narcissists. Girl, you are cracking me up. You remind me of Riri, and she's not in the room, but you have her energy. It's so funny. That's my husband. Which one? Oh, your husband is? So he's Virgo. But my ex-husband, 20 years, both Leos. Yeah, I'm the Leo. Oh, Nikki is right. Your hubby's also a Gemini. God help me. Oh my God. I'm laughing because I know what you're talking about because I've had relationships with Scorpio and Gemini, and exactly. God help me. I was naming the celebs. Sorry. I'm kind of shocked. So, Julia Roberts, Matthew McConaughey, Jimmy Kimmel, Whoopi Goldberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, Goldie Hawn, Ryan Gosling, Katy Perry, Emma Stone. I think she's so adorable. Anne Hathaway. What's up with these Scorpios and these elegant names for actors and actresses? Um, PewDiePie. PewDiePie, the famous YouTuber, is a Scorpio. Did we know this? Virgo, Leo. Yes, Gemini men are rough. Sam, I am. Gemini men have two different worlds. And the most famous Gemini in my life to this day, I don't even think he knows who he is. I don't think he even knows what he wants or who he is. You Gemini man makes you laugh. That's good. And a lot of Gemini people in general are really creative people, like super creative, artsy, you know, artsy fartsy. Erica Costello, she was Jake Paul's girlfriend. Kendall Jenner is a Scorpio. Oh God. Jeffree Star's a Scorpio. I like Jeffree though. Drake, PewDiePie, Lil Peep, he died. Hillary Clinton, Bill Gates, Tyga, Josh Peck, he's another YouTuber. He's a Scorpio. Yeah, Geminis are funny and artistic. Your daughter is redhead. Ooh, with hard temper, Taurus. OMG. Well, my boyfriend's a redhead, so I know where you're coming from. He always says, how to train your ginger. He hates being called a ginger, but he came up with this, not me, but how to train your ginger. And it's hard. It's a work in progress. And I'm exhausted. Who else is famous? Scorpio. Should we do another sign? Are you redhead too? Stop. You're an Aries redhead? Sam, I am. All these redheads in the room. I love it. My mom was a redhead. Everybody on her side of the family is a redhead. And then my boyfriend's a redhead. I've had two best friends in my life that were redheads, so I have nothing against redheads. I've colored my hair as a redhead, auburn, but right now it's not. But everybody's redhead. This is really, really crazy. April 24th, Sun, and he's extremely stubborn. Well, that would be Taurus. They're bullheaded, stubborn. Birthdays today. CMIM's birthday's today. Woo woo. Happy birthday. Is your birthday today? Happy birthday. Sam I am's birthday's today. Happy birthday. Well, look at you. Look at you, birthday. You're like almost on the cusp of Pisces Aries. She's like trying to buy someone one-way ticket to the moon. Bunch of witches we are. Yeah, I'm the head witch. You ought to know this. Seriously. My altar's right behind me. If you don't know this yet, okay, here we are. It's the witching hour. You're old now. No, you're not. I'm probably the oldest one in the room. Happy birthday, Sam. Is Sam a male or female? Some females like to be called Sam. Geminis, you're 55. Well, awesome. I like the sound of that 55. I can't drive 55. Is that what the song was? You do look like a half-redhead mystic. You'll be 46 in May. Yay! I just turned 46. I love it. You're female. Cool. Sandy. Oh, my aunt's name's Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Can I call you Sandy or you prefer Sam? Yeah, my aunt, her name's Sandy. Sandy is my mom. Is Sam I am your mom, Angelina? Or you're saying Sandy is your mom? No, Angelina. Thank you all. Oh, you're welcome. Sandy's fine. Cool. You wish. Trying to keep up with your little comments. I love reading your comments. I'm sure when people watch these lives back, they're like, what is she? She just keeps looking over here because I'm just watching your chat. So your chat is over here. That's where I'm watching your chat. Your mother's name is Sandy. Wow. So we have a plethora of Leos, redheads, and Sandys. There's a theme. There's a theme going on. Did you pick up on that? Leos, redheads, Geminis actually too, and Sandys. You guys are fun. All right, who should we do? You want to do famous Leos? Yeah, let's do famous. Well, I know the most famous Leo is Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. Um, Madonna's a Leo. Shawn Mendes, Kylie Jenner. Oh God. Barack Obama, Demi Lovato. Who? I don't even know who these people are. Oh, J Lo. J Lo's a Leo. I love my J Lo. I got the Flow Gel with my J-Lo. Jennifer Lawrence. Some of these people I don't even know. Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter. Um, Tom Brady. Some of these girls, I don't even know who these people are. Joe Jonas, Madonna. Anna Kendrick. You know who she is. The actress. Who else? Sorry, I will be quiet. Why are you going to be quiet? Marlon Wayans. Oh, Whitney Houston was a Leo. Vivica Fox. I didn't realize Whitney was a Leo. Meghan Markle. You're brunette too? I am too, but I color my hair. I didn't realize Whitney was a Leo. Viola Davis is a Leo. Halle Berry. Maya Rudolph, she's so funny. Um, who else? Terry Crews, Angela Bassett. I love her. Oh my God. Do you guys remember the movie? Well, two. Waiting to Exhale and How Still I Got a Groove Back, but Waiting to Exhale, all time favorite. I quote that movie with my best friend. All time favorite. Al Roker. He's funny to me. Robert De Niro. Trying to be quiet here. J Lo, as in who is following me? Oh, that's my butt. She does have a nice butt. Well, we're all about the same age because I can see on my analytics who watches me, and predominantly it's female, 97% female audience, and they're all my age. They're all in my age group, which is like, I think the age group's like 44 to 50 something. So yeah, we're all watching each other. We're all together. I said Sandra Bullock, didn't I? Bill Clinton, Madonna. I already said her 3 times. Martha Stewart. I love Martha. That's all I can find. Yeah, that's all there is. We're middle-aged. Middle-aged Mystic Village. If you're perimenopausal, if your husband's ticking you off, or boyfriend or girlfriend, you just want to get away for an hour, come to Mystic Village. If you're middle-aged and you're tired of the dramas, your kids getting on your nerves, come to Mystic Village. 38. I loved 38. God, I had fun when I was 38. 38 was fun. 38 was fun. Haunted Mansion, was she? No one loves Martha. I love her. If anybody can have a comeback like Martha, amen. Plus, she went to the women's prison here in West Virginia, where I live, but it was like southern West Virginia. I don't live down that way. I love Martha. Around Christmas time, you can watch her old. Do you remember the old Martha Stewart livings where she would do like the Christmas shows? And back in the day, they have them on YouTube, and I was getting addicted. Like she'd crank out, some glittered pine cone Dutch ornament thing and make 100 of them in like an hour. And you're like, oh my God. And then she'd string lights up all over her cottage and, 20 minutes and pine it out. And I'm like, wow, how does she do it all? But then she'd bake some almond crepe frosting cake, with some vanilla from another country. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, I like Martha. I can't help it. She did. She went to prison for 5 months. And she did. And she bounced back too. Like, do we really even think about that anymore? I don't. But I especially love it when she comes on It's either QVC or HLN she comes on. Yeah, Viola Davis in The Help. I read that book. I thought the book was better, but had me in tears either way, the movie or the book. But the book was really good. You don't have the energy to watch Martha. Don't be a Martha Downer now. Are you feeling are you feeling like a Debbie Downer? Martha's not everybody's cup of tea. She's not. Not everybody's a Martha fan. Chocolate pie, anyone? Oh my God. That was such a good story. It really, really was. You know, that book, I mean, I guess you call it like a chick book, like it's kind of geared towards women or gay men, but I loved it. I just like I loved the story. I loved how they interwove all the different characters and their stories, and it was just a really good book. Uh, uh, uh. What is anybody else reading? Has anybody else if you guys have Netflix, did you see the new Motley Crue movie, The Dirt? My best friend texted me today. She goes, OMG, have you seen the new movie, The Dirt, about Motley Crue? She's my age. I said, yeah, I loved it. I was like, okay. She loved it. I saw Motley Crue in concert about 4 years ago. Loved it. I loved it. I really did. You're not a downer. Oh, I'm just joking with you. I'm joking. Are you in pain? I'm sorry you're in pain, girl. Let's send Angelina healing vibes. Where's your pain located? Serve him some pie, right, girl? Bon Jovi. Oh my God. Yes. I was super obsessed with Bon Jovi. You too. I was so obsessed with Bon Jovi when I was 13 and Slippery When Wet came out and I was in the 8th grade. I found out his real last name was Bon Jovi, and I actually back then you had to call information, and I apparently I'd read in the magazine that his dad was a hairdresser, and I actually tracked down his dad's number. That's how cray-cray I was about Bon Jovi. That's a true story. Of course, I didn't call it, but I was like, "Oh my God, I think I found Bon Jovi's dad's phone number." It probably wasn't, but I'm 13, you know. Yeah, I loved Bon Jovi. It was sickening. Oh, that's right, you do have lupus. I forgot that you told me that. I am so sorry. Yeah, that is painful, Angelina. I am so sorry. Let's lift Angelina's spirits up. Mm-mm. Let's lift your spirits up. What helps with your lupus, Angelina? He was your first pretend boyfriend, Daisy lady. You watched her before she went to jail. Oh, Martha, you love John Mon, decorating. Yeah, his dad was a hairdresser. Warm weather does help, doesn't it? Warm weather, the sun, especially if you live somewhere where it's cold and you have winter. When the seasons break, towards the end of winter, I start to kind of get seasonal depression. I noticed like the last couple of weeks, I was sleeping, I was real tired or sleepy during the day. And then now I can't sleep at all. And I think it gets me like towards the end. Angelina, you can come in a second with that. What is that? CMIM? Soj Green. I'm sorry if I don't know what that pronounce how to pronounce that. You own the book and movie. Cool. You're on a glacier. Oh, are you really on a glacier? Like where you live? Sjogren's. Tell me more about Sjogren's. I've seen that word before, Sjogren's. What exactly is that an oh, is it immune disease kind of like lupus? If I sound really clueless, it's because I kind of am, and I'm sorry. You used to tell your kids, you is kind, you is smart, you is, oh my God. That scene would get me. Oh my God, that really it would get me. You live in Fargo, North Dakota? Holy schmoly. Yeah, it is cold. It is autoimmune, similar to lupus. Oh, wow. Well, what helps you with that, CMIM? And I hope you're not on a glacier. I hope you're not on a glacier. Are you from that area? You're in Cali now? That's good. That's good. You in PA? You're in PA. You're not, well, PA's above where I am. We're about 30 minutes from the Pennsylvania line. I think we're about 45 minutes from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Yeah, having anything that like Sjogren's or lupus and autoimmune disease is rough. My best friend has diabetes, and that's been really rough on her body. Um, she's experienced neuropathy. She's experienced weight loss. She's experienced not weight loss that she wanted, but diabetes will do a lot of things to fuck up your body. And she's really had a hard time with it, especially the last 3 years. And it's been hard. It's been hard. Oh, you're close to Wilkes-Barre. Cool. Yeah, so are you a retired hairstylist? Nice. So how long did you do hair if you're a retired hairstylist? Do you feel autoimmune is stress induced? I really think there's a connection between our emotional mental state and our physical state. And a few years ago, I worked for a chiropractor and was his chiropractic assistant. And within a short amount of time, I had to learn all the terminology, had to learn how to do x-rays, had to learn I had to learn how to do intakes when he was doing performing exams. I had to take notes on a map of the body, and he would tell me things in chiropractic terms. And I learned a lot in a short amount of time and he would teach me the correlation between our mind and our thoughts uh, correlate to our physical pain. And he could tell when a patient came in uh, what the spiritual reason was for their physical pain. And he kind of was almost like a medium because spirit would uh, communicate through him, and he would ask the patient, I've got a word. Would you like to hear the word? Which meant, would you like to hear the word for spirit? And he would communicate a message. And I witnessed that many times. He did that on me. And I think it's because of laying on hands with his patients for God, probably 30 years, you develop this sense of becoming a healer, but also you develop this cognitive um, connection with people and their energy. So there is a connection with that. Absolutely. I just rambled. It's cold. You misunderstood that I live now in Fargo. Oh, you're from Cali, but now you live in Fargo. It's 24 degrees. Ouch. When's your spring there? Because our spring's here now. Is your spring later? Northern Ontario, Canada. Nice. Canada. I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to go there. Stress-related events are known to trigger it, but it all started with Lyme disease. You're an empath with type A personality. Lyme disease. Oh, man. That's one thing I've heard so many horror stories with because people get misdiagnosed and the pain and it's real pain that you experience from Lyme disease. Uh, wow. No spring. Does it just go right into summer? Your cousin had lupus. Yeah, you and Sam have a lot of comparisons in a lot of ways. I see. I love it when you guys join these lives. You're also making and meeting new people, but also finding similarities with each other. That's what community is all about. You did hair for 15 years. Nice. You know, I thought about becoming a hairstylist because I used to cut my own hair just because I like to do it. But what did you like about doing hairstyling? What was your favorite thing? It goes right into summer. Holy moly. Sam is like your sister. So you go right into summer. So do you just have two seasons? Do you have an autumn or a fall? Or do you just go summer, winter, summer, winter? How does that work? Your fall is only 4 weeks? I like fall. Spring's really pretty in West Virginia. It's really things get really lush and green and in the next couple of weeks, well, we already have daffodils blooming. The forsythia is starting to bloom. So things will really be blossoming in the next couple of weeks and it's getting warmer and greenery is starting to kind of bud on trees now, but it's still cold here. So it's like this morning it was like 30 degrees. Right now it is about 36 right now, and it's 10:30 at night. Below zero. Oh God. Oh my God. See, I couldn't handle that. Do you like that kind of weather? I could not deal with that. If I could, I'd go somewhere and I like warm weather. Like I'd love to live somewhere where it's just warm all the time. I've had 46 years of winter. It goes from summer to winter overnight. I hope we have a nice spring. You had to retire because of your diabetes. Yeah, my friend had to really kind of cut back on her work because of her diabetes. Was interfering with her job. That's rough. That's cold, Angelina. 40 to 50 below zero. You lost your leg. Oh, that's what I worry. My grandmother had diabetes. She had a pacemaker put in, but I really, really worry about that. Um, I really worry about that with my bestie because she already has neuropathy in her feet. She's my age. I get tested by the doctor for my blood sugar, but it runs in my family on my mom's side. Well, my grandmother had it, so I guess if your grandma had it, then you're kind of in line to get it. You won in Supreme Court custody of your teens. Your ex-husband had an affair with his secretary. Oh my gosh, and we're all the way to the Supreme Court. Well, congratulations, Angelina. What do y'all think about this Wendy Williams uh things going on? Yeah, fighting child custody is rough. I know, been there, done that. It's rough. Where's the wine? No wine tonight. I'm drinking. This is like a like a peach tea in my little Hogwarts uh cup. Oh yeah, to celebrate, Sam. Yeah, celebrate, Angelina. Sometimes we have to really fight for things harder, you know, and the reward is you have custody of your children and you're not with, right? You grew up in Napa, nice. You don't drink much. I don't either. I like a glass of wine. Child, of course, when I was single and was going out all the time, I do it. I don't drink as much now. And it wasn't where I had a problem. It was just we partied a lot. It's a lot of partying going on. Yeah, Saturday night, I just want to stay home and watch Netflix. I just kind of like a fun night to me would be going out to dinner, coming home, getting in my jammies, and watching Netflix. I don't miss going out. I don't miss going to a bar. I don't miss. Sometimes I still like to go out and, hang out or see what's happening or go see some band play. Like do something. But the need to go out because it's Tuesday night or it's Thursday night or it's Friday night. It's like that need. I don't feel that like I did a long time ago. It's funny you're how you change. It's just, but I still like to have fun and go out, but like I had to go out. It was like, I have to go out. It's Tuesday night. We have to go, like, because it was going to be a life-changing moment that night if we didn't go. It is hard being diabetic and working. She's works on her feet, she works standing up, so and physically working, so it was really hard. Bad 12-year relationship. You have neuropathy too. You have heart arrhythmias. My father experienced heart arrhythmia from the lupus. When I get anxiety, sometimes I'll be prone to anxiety. My heart will, it felt, or stress, it felt like my heart would beat really, really, really fast. That's not arrhythmia, but it would sometimes beat, but kind of go, it would beat and go dun dun, but then it would be like a flutter, like dun, 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 when I was really stressed out about things. Only when I'm really stressed, it'll do that. It is the food we eat. It really is. I looked at a picture of myself this morning from probably like 9 years ago, and I looked really good, and I didn't realize that how much weight I gained. I was like, "Oh my god." Like, I gained a substantial amount of weight since that time, and, you know, a murmur. Yeah, I've had panic attack once, but it's not a panic attack. I've had a panic attack, if I could say that. I've had an actual panic attack once. It could be a heart murmur. Ketogenic diet has helped you. Is that kinda like is that keto? Ketogenic? Am I saying that right? The keto diet, I've heard the keto diet really helps people with a lot of things. Aging ain't for sissies. Mm-mm. Keto. My thing is I like sugar a lot and I'm sedentary. So I do a lot of work from home and I'm not as active. Um, and when I was active in other jobs, I kept the weight off, but I'm not as active. And that's my problem. So if like you have a sit down job or if you're, working from a laptop all day or doing things from a desk or a cubicle and you don't really move, the if you sit there and snack, man, that weight creeps up on you. I just have a tendency to put it on. That's real talk because I'm not active. When I was active or exercising, well, exercising does so many things, but it really helps with depression, anxiety. If you're even for me, I just like to take a nice brisk walk. I like to walk. I used to jog. I can't jog right now because of my knees, but I like to exercise. Yeah, we go through rough times sometimes in our relationships, ups and downs. I know I've been there. It's amazing the things that you will go through with someone and you're like, I cannot believe that I actually went through this with you and we're still together. And people, some people would check out from certain experiences, but some people really stick in with each other. And you have to wonder, is that what love is? Is that love where you go through really hard experiences and you're still there for each other because you got through it and then you're doing better and you know. So prednisone. What's the prednisone for? Is that like a steroid? I know when they've put me on steroids, if I've like been sick for something, I feel terrible. Oh, for inflammation. Yeah. Yeah, I was on a steroid last year for something and I felt really, really awful from it. You're a magnet for narcissists, even date now. Well, the thing about that is if you've ever dealt with one and you know what the signs are, then wouldn't it be easier to recognize that the next time? Um, doesn't mean that you're a magnet. So when you're aware of the signs, then you're capable of making a better call at someone or your judgment about them. I think sometimes if we're lonely or desperate or seeking love because we're lonely from that place, I'm not saying that you are, but just from that place, we have a tendency to attract more types like that who see that vulnerability within us. And that's what you have to watch out for. So I don't know if men think automatically, oh, she must be lonely or she has nothing else going on. I don't know what men think or women. Um, I have no idea. Is keto low carb or is it more protein? Yeah, and it's well known narcissists and empaths are very attracted to one another. Yeah. And why is that? Because empaths are healing people. Um, they're healers, they're intuitive, they're sensitive. There are a lot of things that the narcissist is not. Hey, Dad's on the phone. All right, Angelina, thanks for coming by. Thank you for coming by. It was fun talking to you. Hope you feel better. Get some heat. Do you have a hot tub? Would a hot tub help? Hot tub. Keto is high healthy fat, moderate protein, and low carb. Oh. Bye, Angelina. Come back and visit Mystic Village. Good night, Daisy Lady. Oh, good luck with your job interview tomorrow. Yay. Good luck. Thank you, Daisy. Good luck. Yeah, get some sleep, girl. Good luck tomorrow. Fingers crossed. You're going to get it. Bye. You guys are so sweet. You actually say goodbye to me and to everybody instead of like, poof, I'm out. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Mystic Village. Well, I'll probably jump off here in about 5-10 minutes. Let's keep the chat going. I'm trying to see what's on the TV. Some movie came on. Bye, ladies. Bye, Daisy. So Angelina's left. Daisy Lady's left. So Danielle, what were we talking about? Read more on it. What were we talking about? The narcissism stuff? You moved a month ago and you have to move again. What's up with that? I hate to move. Man. Every time I move, I always end up throwing out like 30% of the crap that I have. Do you ever realize when you're moving how much stuff you have that you don't use? Just like stuff. Your house came through. Well, that's good. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. That's a positive thing. Yeah, moving's a bummer. I don't like to move either. I don't like to move either. We moved. We've been here now almost 3 years. So hopefully I don't have to move. But before that, well, I've only moved twice in 10 years. I guess that's not bad. That's not bad. Twice in 10 years. Twice in 10 years. I'm gonna Palo Santo. I can't believe I got wax on. Oh my God. Oh, there's wax all over the place. I got wax everywhere. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louisa. Danielle says, I don't know what I call myself. My intuition is deep. I sense certain things. Well, tell me a little bit more about that. Like, what are you sensing? Are you like feeling things? Do you see things in your mind? Do you pick up other people's vibes, feelings about people, places, where you are? Tell me more about that. Everybody's born with intuition. Doesn't mean everybody's born psychic, but everybody's born with intuition. I like to call it like God's GPS that He installed in all of us. And it's just not something that we're raised on to strengthen. It's never discussed, but your intuition's there for a reason. Oops, typo. You have a question about that too. So intuition, I think, is probably intuition um, is like using all five senses. It's your touch, it's your smell, it's your eyes, it's your hearing. It's kind of like imagining yourself as a wild animal in the wilderness, and you're going through, and you have to listen for predators, you have to smell other animals, you have to see in the dark of what's coming at you, you have to feel your surroundings. So as humans, we also have that capability of using those innate senses to warn us of things, to pick up on certain vibes from people, and especially women are not taught to honor that. They're not taught to trust that. And then we screw ourselves and get in really dangerous or not so healthy situations. Because it's never taught to us to honor that or to respect it. It's never discussed. Like I look at a building once, and since someone was going to come out and dead, it scared me. I felt all my grandparents' passings. Go back to that first one. Like, what do you mean? Like, I look at a building and you sense someone was going to come out. Oh, and did. I think that's what you meant. And it scared you. Well, feeling all your grandparents' passings, that's very special. Well, what is that? That's a lot of things. That's your connection emotionally, spiritually, your connection of love with your grandparents. Uh, Many people that are close to each other feel many, many things about one another. If you feel that you look at a building and sense someone was going to come out at that time, that could be premonition. So you're having premonitions, okay? If you're predicting that your grandparents passed or you felt that they passed, that's also, a great sense of psychic ability and your connection to them. We all have psychic connections to people that we're really close to. Well, when you see through the veil, so the veil is symbolic of the curtain parted between the physical world and the spirit world. And so around Halloween time, they say, on the witches' Sabbath, Samhain, the veil is thinnest between our physical world and the spirit world. Okay. So if you're feeling that you've had interactions with relatives, I would work on that because that's mediumship. You're the bridge of communication between your spirits or your ancestors or spirits of relatives with you. So you're receiving messaging from them because they're coming forward to you. So Danielle says, I used to do hair, and your older ladies sensed it was last time I'd see them, and it was. So that's like, right, prophetic, premonitory, premonitions, prophecy. So you saw that happening. That's prediction. When we work on people, we really become connected to them. Cutting hair, massage therapy, um, doing you know, any type of work where you're in the healthcare field or you're working physically on people. You pick up a lot of things from others when you're continuous working with the same people. You pick up their energies. So that happened when you're around the age of 15. Well, when I was 17, on New Year's Day, I had a dream that my pappy died on New Year's Day, and 10 days later, he died. So that was my premonition. Okay, so you predicted that, you saw that. So prophecy in your dreams, prophetic dream. I had the same type of dream. So that's your connection. That also could be with that person, but also your own abilities of prediction. So, a good way to, if you're interested in ever wanting to strengthening that, is to really, um, before you go to sleep, you can ask for signs. You can ask for messaging from spirit to come to you in your dreams. If you have a dream, keep a notebook by your bed and write it down before you forget, because you know how oh, I remember this dream, and then you wake up and then you forget it. Um, and like I described in that video I put out yesterday, meditation helps. A lot of people are resistant to meditation, don't know how to do it. Meditation is very simple. There's a lot of videos on how to meditate, writing, journaling, taking a walk, having some quiet moments to yourself. You could even sit still and have a quiet moment and get a pen and paper and just do like automatic writing and just write through a stream of consciousness and just see what comes out. Like exercises like that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to go and take some expensive psychic course or mediumship course or training or reading, 20 different books. I mean, yeah, you should read about stuff like that you feel or research it out, because and it's also good to get a reading from a reader who could look more into that for you. So I've read for people and I have clients who come to me, and over a course of time, they're having different things happening to them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Spirit spoke to me and told me this. And I said, well, you may have clairaudient capabilities. Well, what is that? And then I'm explaining that to them. So it's like your spiritual evolvement, you're evolving in some way. Okay. Your grandfather, who died when I was one, came to me and actually talked to me. I saw him and what he was wearing, but wow. But you could see through him. See, isn't that amazing? That's amazing. I love to hear stories like that. Their energy, yes. So many mediums will talk about this. Uh, we're all made of energy. So everything around us is energy. And so when our soul departs our body physically, that's the energy. Our physical body is our carrier or our shell or our vehicle. Your soul is incarnate, it will never die. That energy never dies. So it's energy. Losing the ability, I had moments like that in my life where I was busy working a job I hated and didn't have time for this and didn't have time for that and didn't pay any attention to my psychic abilities at all, ignored all of it. And I felt like I lost the ability and it was never gone. It's like riding a bicycle. You just got to get back on it. But if you're suffering from a lot of things that are causing you physical pain, that can be hard to work past. But yeah, strengthening it again. So like riding a bicycle again. You remember some of your dreams? The dreaming in the dream world, um, we're in a different we're in a different state of consciousness, so we're not as controlled or rigid, or we're relaxed. Our body's like relaxed and listless, and our brain shut off. We're not thinking a million miles a minute, all sorts of thoughts and this and that and this. So it's enabling things to just come in a lot easier. Meditation is something that I don't have time to do every day, obviously, but even if you try to do it for 5 to 10 minutes, that could be as easy as going outside and sitting in the sun. Okay, you don't have to get on a floor, on a mat, and try to do crisscross applesauce. Even just sitting in a chair or sitting outside and closing your eyes and just breathing. It's really about the breathing and the focusing and the relaxing and letting your mind empty itself and not focusing on anything. And just to allow the message, or to allow anything or nothing at all. And it's not as complicated as it sounds. No, I can't meditate for more than probably 20 minutes, but people that can really get into meditation, I don't know how they can do that, but meditation's a good thing. It helps you with stress, helps you with anxiety. It's also good for visualization if you're wanting to focus on anything that you're wanting to strengthen, not just mentally, emotionally, but physically. A lot of athletes use meditation, use visualization as techniques as well. So there's a lot of different energy works that you can look into. And the great thing is we have platforms like YouTube or Google where you don't need to go to the bookstore. You could just like just type it up and there it is. So that's interesting, Sam. You walked through a room and feeling and hearing a party. There was a thickness to the air, but you heard a cocktail party. Family told me it was true. Well, that to me sounds like that's something that would be akin to a psychic or a medium walking into a house. That also could be maybe a paranormal thing as well. So, like, you felt the past. That's pretty cool. Your grandma used to have gifts. Grandma's house. Oh, the family parties. So you felt the family parties that your family used to have. Yeah, that's pretty special, to be able to sense things that you once were never maybe there, but that your family once participated in. So that must have been a lot of good times, a lot of good energy, a lot of laughter, people feeling really good about being in the same room together. And you picked up on that. Well, you know how it is, like, say you're at work, you walk into a room after there's been an argument with other people, but you walk in and you're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Like, you just sense or feel something's off. So it's kind of the same thing. So you don't necessarily have to pinpoint it as something supernatural or an ability. That's just also your intuition. But if you're sensing things from the past, so you're seeing or feeling, that you could also have great clairsentient ability, which is feeling. So if you felt, if you heard, if you sensed, so that's pretty interesting. I remember when I was little, being around adults. Um, I remember watching adults and watching, how when you're a kid and you're just kind of like watching the grown-ups, and and you could, after a moment of time, you could kind of figure out what kind of people they were just by their mannerisms or what they were saying, or do you know what I mean? So it's like studying people or just kind of watching people. And as a child, children are very intuitive. So you just kind of have a feeling about that person. Um, that's what that reminds me of. And, or people watching, if you go somewhere, you just sit and just people watch. And, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. And you told your family. See, the thing about that is some people wouldn't have told their family because they may think, oh, that my family won't believe me or think it's weird. That's cool that your family actually validated that to you. I think that's really, really good. I've been on here for 2 hours. My God, what the heck? All right, y'all. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. I didn't realize I've been on here 2 hours. Thanks for watching, whoever's still watching. And of course Sam I am and Danielle commenting. And today is Tuesday. Hopefully, let's see, tomorrow's 27th, 28th. So hopefully maybe Friday or Saturday I might be coming on again. But I don't know if I'll have time. But we'll see. But you'll get a notification. Did you guys get a notification earlier? I've been trying to get better with that. Well, thank you for joining me. Good night. Bedtime. Good night. Good night, Danielle. Deja vu. I love deja vu. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Good night. Night, night. Have a good week, everybody, and maybe I'll see you in a few days. Good night. Have a good night.